Betrayed by trust, the silent poison. A journey of awareness, healing, and hope. Chapter 1, The Blossoming of Ayanda. Ayanda was born where the hills rolled like sleeping giants and the wind carried the scent of rain. Her laughter often echoed through the dusty village paths, blending with the rhythm of life, cattle bells, children's songs, and elders' evening prayers. She was her mother's pride, her father's joy, and her gogo's quiet blessing. From childhood, she was taught that beauty was not the shape of the face but the kindness of the heart. As she grew, Ayanda's eyes carried the shimmer of hope. She loved learning, reading beneath the acacia tree, and dreaming of university life, a place where she believed wisdom would meet freedom. When she was finally accepted into university, the whole village danced. Gogo Mthethwa, her grandmother, tied white beads around her wrist, a symbol of purity and divine protection, whispering, "Walk with light, my child. The city is wide, but your spirit must remain rooted." Chapter 2, The Invitation. Months passed in the city. Ayanda adjusted to the noise, the bright lights, and the many faces. She made new friends who called her a village star because of her natural charm and gentle manners. One Friday evening, her roommate Nelody rushed into their room, full of excitement. "Ayanda, we've been invited to the freshers' night. Everyone will be there. It's free, food, music, and fun." Ayanda hesitated. Gogo's words echoed softly in her heart, "Not every dance is meant for your feet." But Nelody laughed it off. "Don't worry, you're safe with me. You need to enjoy life a little, my friend." That night, Ayanda stood before the mirror wearing a simple blue dress. Her white beaded bracelet shone faintly against her skin. She whispered, "May the ancestors guide me." At the venue, lights flashed, music thumped, laughter filled the air. The students danced freely, and the world felt alive. Ayanda stayed cautious, but a friendly senior offered her a drink, sweet, fruity, and harmless looking. She accepted it with a smile. The last thing she remembered was laughter, then darkness folding over her mind like a heavy curtain. Chapter 3, The Night of Shadows. She awoke the next morning in her own bed. The sunlight stabbed her eyes. Her body felt weak. Her mind was foggy, memories scattered. Pieces returned like broken glass, the music, the drink, the dizziness, and then nothing. When she looked in the mirror, tears filled her eyes. Something had been taken, not only her sense of safety but her trust in the world. She sat quietly, clutching her white bracelet, whispering, "What happened to me?" Nelody was gone. Her phone buzzed with messages about the party, jokes, and photos she couldn't remember posing for. Her heart pounded. Shame wrapped her like a suffocating blanket. She deleted the photos, deleted her smile, and began to fade inside. Chapter 4, The Long Silence. Days turned into weeks. Ayanda stopped going out. Her laughter disappeared. Her marks dropped. When her mother called, she pretended all was well. When friends knocked, she hid behind the door. Inside her heart, a storm brewed, guilt, confusion, fear. She told herself it was her fault. That she should not have gone. That she should have listened to Gogo. The truth, however, whispered from deep within, she had done nothing wrong. Still, the silence grew heavier. Nights became long and haunted. In her dreams, she could taste the drink, sweet but bitter, innocent but poisoned. Chapter 5, The Hidden Wounds. Ayanda's spirit withered in silence. Her body was present, but her soul wandered far from peace. She stopped singing. Her grades failed. She stared blankly through lectures. When she passed a mirror, she looked away. The reflection carried too many questions, too many wounds unseen by others. People called her lazy, changed, distracted. None saw the invisible weight she carried, the betrayal of trust, the fear of speaking, the shame of being blamed. Chapter 6, Gogo's Wisdom. During the midterm break, Ayanda went home. Her mother greeted her with joy, but Gogo Mthethwa saw what others could not, the dimness in her granddaughter's eyes. That evening, Gogo brewed imbiza, herbal tea mixed with lemongrass, mint, and honey. They sat by the fire, its flames dancing like ancestral spirits. Gogo, my child, when a flower droops, it is not always because the sun forgot to shine. Sometimes the roots are hurting. Speak to me. Ayanda, tears spilling, Gogo. I don't know what happened to me. I was careful. I drank something. I don't remember. Gogo, sighing deeply, there are poisons that hide in sweetness. Some are brewed by men who have lost their souls. But you, my child, are not broken, you were tricked, not tainted. Ayanda sobbed. Gogo placed her wrinkled hand over the white beads. Gogo, this bracelet still protects you. You were chosen to carry light, even through the valley of darkness. For the first time, Ayanda allowed herself to cry, not in shame, but in mourning. Gogo held her, rocking gently, humming an old song about rebirth. Chapter 7, The Journey of Healing. Healing was not quick. It came in breaths and tears. Gogo took Ayanda to a local women's healing circle. There, other survivors sat in a circle, their silence speaking louder than words. They prayed. They shared stories. They reclaimed their voices. A counselor from the city joined them, explaining how trauma affects memory, trust, and the body itself. Gogo added. Our ancestors knew this. They called it Yukubiisa Omoya, returning the soul to its rightful place. Ayanda began therapy. Some days she screamed. Some days she smiled. Each day, she grew a little stronger. She learned that the shame was not hers. That forgiveness was not surrender, but release. That healing was not forgetting, but transforming pain into power. Chapter 8, The Cup of Truth Initiative. Months later, Ayanda stood before a hall filled with students. She trembled as she spoke, her voice soft but clear. I was once silent because I feared judgment. But silence protects the wrong people. The same drink that poisoned me could be handed to your sister, your friend, or your daughter. Watch your cups. Watch your hearts. Speak when wrong is done. The room fell silent. Then applause rose like a wave. Her courage had broken the curse of fear. Ayanda launched the Cup of Truth Initiative, a movement to raise awareness about drink safety, consent, and the emotional scars of sexual violation. Her story began to inspire others to speak. Chapter 9, The Men's Circle. Gogo, wise as ever, called the village men to a meeting. Our daughters are unsafe not because they dance, but because some men drink without conscience, she said. She taught them about ancestral masculinity, the strength to protect, not harm, the pride in defending, not deceiving. One young man rose, eyes filled with remorse. Gogo, I have been silent when my friends bragged about hurting girls. I see now that my silence was also violence. The circle of men began to change, slowly, but truly. Chapter 10, The Dawn of Hope. Years later, Ayanda became a counselor herself. She wore the same white bracelet, now faded but powerful. One morning, she stood again by the waterfall of her childhood. The wind whispered, the water shimmered. She felt peace, not because she forgot, but because she had overcome. I was not destroyed, she whispered. I was transformed. Her reflection in the water smiled back, stronger, wiser, whole.